Growing up in England, they didn't have organized soccer for girls. I played in the schoolyard with the boys or in the backyard with my brother. So it wasn't until we moved to the States I actually got a chance to be on a team, play out for my high school team. And then, never dreamed that I would pursue this into college and certainly not beyond that. But, my passion was very much for sport, and then I got drawn very much to soccer. Well, actually, my father did some research on the school. We'd moved over from England, so I didn't really know that much about universities. And my dad looked at it. We came down here, had lunch at the Trellis, fell in love with the campus, and then obviously I was actively recruited here for soccer. It was just a great fit, and two of my friends, my club teammates, were coming here as well. So I was a pretty shy kid, so knowing people here already was a selling point for me, so loved it. When I first came here, my dad made $15,000 a year, and William & Mary was $5,000. So it was a big financial commitment for my mom and dad to make it for me to be able to come here. And then my senior year was the first time that William & Mary actually had athletic scholarships in soccer for women. And I remember this. I remember John Daly calling me and telling me, "Hey, we're gonna give you a scholarship for your senior year." Now, he could have taken that money, invested it in an incoming freshman, and he gave it to me. I still kind of get emotional about it. I remember calling my mom, and it just meant the world to her because it took such a financial burden off of our family, and it was such a big, significant thing for us that I'll always be eternally grateful for JD and William & Mary for giving us that. I think looking back on my soccer experience at William & Mary, I mean, the first thing is always the teammates and the friends you made. Still close to many of them, and been in their wedding or been godmothers to their children. So that bond that you make here when you are a student athlete and you go through it together, it still holds very strong. Fondest memory, I actually loved playing out on Barksdale Field. It was just in the middle of campus, students walking by would stop and just come and watch our games, and just a lot of fun memories. There was a big tree hanging over the field, but we weren't allowed to cut because it was a historic tree. So just the fun part of being out there with your friends and your teammates. And then my coaches, John Charles and John Daly, just kept my passion alive for soccer, and really I had a really enjoyable experience with them. I think I learned so much here at William & Mary that helped prepare me for the position I'm in today. Working together as a team, the teammate part, fostering my passion for the game. These were all things that were kind of cultivated here. Another crazy thing, I step into this job and it is a pressure cooker, and I think as a student athlete, I would make to the last second to do my work because I almost needed the pressure, but the academic demands here are pretty rigorous. But I think you've got great people around you to help you get through that. But I think just being used to having pressure situations where you have to deliver something, I think that it makes you reflect on your inner confidence about having the strength to be able to push through and do something and achieve something. I think when you go into the job that I'm in now, you have to have an inner belief in what you do, and I think all the things that have come before that have led you to this position really build the foundation for what you're able to do. I think when I think back to the World Cup, it's more a sensory overload, in terms of the experience of actually winning it. I think another piece for me was just the gratification that our players that had worked so hard and brought our program so far. So it was incredibly proud for them to have that experience and leave the game whenever they decide to leave as world champions. For me personally, sharing it with my family, and my father, of course, and my mom, that were just so happy. My partner Bessie and my daughter were there, and it was really just a wonderful experience. So, but it was amazing.
Track champion for Ellis.
As I speak to all of the female athletes in the room today from William & Mary, what I can say to you is the experience that you've had, the demands that have been put on you, the values you've learned in being a good teammate, in embracing hard work, in dealing with adversity. All those things help prepare you as you move forward into the next walk of life and choices you make. It really does come down, I think, to what you have inside of you. But this environment has fostered that, developed that, enlarged that, so that you can go out into this world and take it over. Congratulations to everybody this evening. This is a very special event, and I'm sorry I can't be here in person. But it's important to be a part of this event and continue to support women's athletics. Go out into the world. You've had an amazing experience here at William & Mary, and you are uniquely armed to go out there and take it on. And follow your dreams, follow your passions, and enjoy. Let's go, Tribe.
Everyone, you will have seen and heard really all you need to see and hear with regards to Jill. Just a little couple of anecdotes from my point of view. She mentioned passion, and the one area that I recall, and we have some alums here. We have Erin Sheehy Downs and Kelly Jackson Higgins, Jennifer Finn Duffy, Stephanie Good, Kelly, and Mary Swanson Dillon. And back in those 84, 85, 86 years, I was the men's assistant, but I used to help out with the women whenever I could. And in the spring, there really wasn't much going on for them, so we used to meet at Adair at 11 o'clock when intramurals finished, and we would go in and we'd play 5v5 until after midnight. And those three players, Jill alluded to two of her teammates. They were Megan McCarthy and Julie Cunningham Shackford. Wilhelm now, because she just got married again. And they had this tremendous passion, as did everyone involved in the women's soccer team back in those days. And Julie went on to coach at Carnegie Mellon, then she coached at Princeton and has just retired. Megan, surprisingly to me, did not go into coaching. She coached a youth team. And then Jill got into coaching, and as you can see, she has reached the pinnacle. You can't get any higher than Jill has got in coaching to win a world championship. And I want to say one special thing about Jill, which to me, being an avid follower of the game, I know what happened with April Heinrichs, who was a former assistant. In fact, I want to give a shout out to the wonderful, wonderful Millie West. She was the lady foolish enough to hire me back in the day, and was that tremendous pioneer that really got women's soccer as well as other sports on the way and just fighting. Back in those days, it was that much tougher. And Millie was a great advocate of women's athletics and continues to be. I've kind of lost my train of thought. Whenever I think of Millie, I get emotional. But this is the most wonderful school in the country, probably in the world, and I accept this kind of pseudo award on Jill's behalf. Thank you very much.